there is an increasing amount of people who are experiencing loneliness and mental health issues. And I know that finding your people, finding community is a healer. It's the perfect antidote to depression, anxiety, loneliness. So if going online, if using an app is a good door opener for you, then blimmin' use that door. And don't feel the need to apologise or make excuses. If people are going to judge you for meeting someone online, that just reflects more about them than it does you. Hello beautiful people, I'm Alessia Southerberry. Welcome to this safe space. Today we're going to be talking about Bumble BFF, something that I think people are quite embarrassed to talk about, when really it's just a resource that enables us to connect with other people that are interested in expanding their social circles. You can meet cool people on Bumble BFF, I promise you. I really want to take away some of that shame, because Bumble can be a really powerful outlet that can really assist us in transforming our lives. It's something that I really want you to feel you can use if you want to. And I certainly know from my own experience that it can be a bit of a lifeline actually, when you're stuck in the house, nervous to go out and try new classes, go new places, meet new people. Scrolling through Bumble, creating your profile and meeting people online and being able to have a chat online first can be really comforting and motivating. So I'm going to help you create a Bumble profile, and I'm going to help you avoid making a lot of the mistakes that means that you end up going on these really awkward meetups with people and matching with people that are just not on your wavelength. You should focus not on being cool, but on being yourself. We need to show people our genuine selves, not a version of ourselves that we know is likable. If anything, Bumble gives us this perfect excuse to just be really straight up with people and be like, yeah, this is the real me. Bumble is a great space to just be honest. Focus on giving people a taste of you, not on trying to look appealing. I think there's a bit of a temptation to just post the most flattering photos of ourselves on Bumble BFF. That's not going to attract people that are going to want to get to know you on a deep level, who are going to be like-minded. That's just going to attract people that, I don't know, care about appearances. And those kinds of people don't make the best friends. So my advice is to put photos on Bumble BFF that really represent your personality, that, hint towards the fact that you're actually quite a giggly, bubbly person, or photos that showcase what you do at the weekend, photos of you cooking your favourite vegan pasta. Of course, if you're into fashion, you can put a photo of you in your favourite outfit, but the point is, the photos ideally will point towards your personality and your life and your inner self. I know it's really hard to showcase the inner self on a platform that doesn't allow much room for nuance and lots of detail, but I actually think a lot of people, they don't really fill out all the sections. They just kind of throw some photos, say where they live, say their favourite music, and they call it a day. The more you can put on your profile, the better. Obviously, don't share, really vulnerable information or overshare everything that you're struggling with. Focus more on the things that make you happy and the things that you want to do with friends. The more details you can provide, the better people can understand you. Don't hold back. If you're into dancing, hiking, drawing, reading, put all of that on the profile. Don't just put dancing and think, oh, they'll get to know me better in person. Maybe they won't even take a chance on swiping right for you because they don't know enough to swipe right. When I've been on Bumble, I found myself really excited to connect with the people that I had multiple interests in common with. Having multiple commonalities made me feel really, confident in swiping right and chatting to them and then going and meeting up with them. It made me feel quite assured in my decision. And actually, it is quite scary. It's quite vulnerable to go and meet somebody from, an app. So don't hold back, share the things that really light you up and show off how multidimensional you are. We can romanticize this, okay? We can make this into a whole activity for our Sunday afternoon. We can play some beautiful classical music or some Raveena or some Cleo Soul or Georgia Smith or Doechii, whoever you love. I'm just listing artists that I love. You can light a candle, some incense, open the window if it's sunny and warm and listen to the birds chirping. You can really make this a fun, creative experience. A bit like making a mood board on Pinterest. Just allow yourself to be honest and have fun with it and not take it too seriously. This profile isn't you pitching yourself to the world. It's you pitching yourself to a small pool of people who are also interested in making friends with people in their local area. This is actually quite a safe space to showcase yourself. We've got to bear in mind we're online, but generally speaking, people are on this app because they crave community. Maybe because they feel lonely. Maybe because they're new to a certain location. Maybe because they're spending a lot of time working at home alone. Don't worry about people judging you. Don't worry about how you come across on the app. Just connect with what feels right to put in your profile. Don't worry about being cringy. If something just comes to you and you think, yes, I want to write, I want girlies that will come to a coffee shop with me and have a deep chat with me about philosophical matters, write it. If that just comes naturally and that genuinely reflects what you want from friendship, leave it there. And if people are going to find it cringy, they're going to find it cringy. They won't swipe right on you, and that's great. Because you don't want people that are going to cringe at the things that make you happy. Allow yourself to be cringy. I sometimes find that when I'm being vulnerable, the fear of being cringy or too much comes up as a consequence. It tries to kind of stop me from being vulnerable and being honest and being myself. But especially when it comes to meeting friends, I don't want to hold back. I think it's important that I lean into being myself authentically and sharing honestly. So in my opinion, one of the most important sections on a Bumble BFF profile is the bio section. So usually a picture comes up, a name, sometimes where you work if you put that in, and I think your age. And then just under that is the bio section. I think that's really important because it's one of the first things that you can actually properly read. It's the first thing that actually gives you an insight into someone's mind. So I really encourage you to use this space wisely and don't just put, oh, I'm here looking for friends. I'm new to the area and I want some girlies to hang out with, because that kind of does go without saying. Share with people either something about yourself, something about what you like to do with friends, maybe go out for matches. Give people a little clue as to what your friendship, if you could develop one, would look like. How would you spend time together? Now, I do advise that if you don't particularly like your job or don't feel it really reflects who you are and what you believe in, that you leave it out of your profile, you don't include it. I know it feels like we kind of have to because a lot of other people are doing it, but it's your profile. You can choose what you want to share. You can replace putting your job on your profile with putting your passions and interests on your profile if they better reflect who you are and what you want other people to know about you. Maybe you love to watch films directed by women or LGBTQ plus directors. I really encourage you to share this on your profile in some way so you can attract other film enthusiasts. Maybe put on your profile, I'm looking for film lovers to come to the cinema with me. Another thing I really want to say that I've definitely noticed whilst using Bumble BFF is you really don't need to excuse yourself and be like, I'm really new to the area and this is why I'm on the app and I don't really go on here that much, so feel free to message me on Instagram instead. Don't feel the need to kind of play hard to get and play the cool girl vibe, you know, oh, I'm on the app but I don't really care. If you're on the app, be on the app. Own that decision. It's not embarrassing. You know exactly what you want. You want friends, and you're going to an app that literally gives you a pool of people that want the same thing. And I think that's really smart. I do. So own that decision. Don't go on the app and be half-hearted with it and make excuses for being on there, because then you make other people on the app feel embarrassed for being on there too. Meeting people online isn't desperate, especially if you're a woman who's socially aware, if you're queer, if you're neurodivergent. Bumble BFF allows us to find people that are on our wavelength, that will understand us. This sounds like an advert for Bumble, it really isn't. I did reach out to them to see if they wanted to be a sponsor of the video, but they didn't respond, sadly. I've gained so much personally from using the app, so I just felt like I really wanted to share it with you guys. And I know that there is an increasing amount of people who are experiencing loneliness and mental health issues. And I know that finding your people, finding community, is a healer. It's the perfect antidote to depression, anxiety, loneliness. So if going online, if using an app is a good door opener for you, then blimmin' use that door. And don't feel the need to apologise or make excuses. If people are going to judge you for meeting someone online, that just reflects more about them than it does you. So on my Bumble BFF profile, I have used the dream dinner guest prompt, and I've put Hitomi, the YouTuber, as my dream guest because, one, I just love her content, but two, I think her channel, her online presence really represents a lot of the things that I believe in and the things that make me me. You know, she's queer, she's anti-capitalist, she loves nature and animals and community and sisterhood. She represents a lot of what I am really passionate about. So putting her as my dream guest on my Bumble profile really enables me to find people that I know I'm going to get along with. So if people are watching her and thinking, oh, I love her, I know that these people are open-minded, they're not homophobic. Also on my profile, I have a photo of me and one of my best friends having a matcha in a really beautiful nature spot. And I put that there because that's what I love to do with friends. I love to get a yummy beverage, go somewhere beautiful, or just sit in a lovely coffee shop and have a chat. I think it's really clever to use pictures to give people a visual of what the friendship could look like. It's almost like manifesting it. So if you have any pictures, show people what you want to do with them. I want to go for a walk in nature with you, a hike with you, a bike ride with you. I want to go book shopping with you. Have a photo of you and another friend in a bookshop. Okay, so you've created the profile and now you're kind of matching with people, you are talking to some people. I really encourage you to not just text people back and forth, message people back and forth, but to instigate a bit of a voice note session. Obviously not everyone's comfortable doing voice notes, so you have to respect that. But if people are, I really encourage you to initiate it. I know it might feel scary, but just start the voice note and be like, hey, I hope you don't mind me sending a voice note. I just think it's a bit easier than texting. Feel free to send me one back or not. Today I was doing blah, 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 blah. When we send voice notes, we speak freely, more authentically. When we message people, we have a lot more time to really construct the message so it's perfect. And that takes away a lot of our personality, I think, and humanness. People can say all the right things through message, but actually be quite different in person and speak quite differently to how they text. I think voice notes better reflect how people are in real life. Also, if you're anything like me, if you're a woman, if you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community, you'll probably want to protect yourself as well. And you're probably very safety concerned. So voice notes are also great for this because they really help you confirm that people are who they say they are. And if you want to go the extra mile with that, which I always do, definitely look on Facebook and Instagram as well and find these people and check out their tagged photos and see if you've got any mutual friends with them, or check out their comments. These are all great ways to just make sure that somebody is being genuine. When you're in the interacting on the app stages with people, make sure that you strike up interesting conversations and questions. Don't just say, hey, how are you? Because that does kind of kill the conversation before it's even got started. It's quite hard to respond to that. Someone's not going to open up instantly, most likely, and say, oh, I'm having a rubbish day because of this and that. I think it's better to ask people about their interests. So look at people's profiles and ask them questions about things that you're interested in. Maybe you see that they love podcasts and you love podcasts too. Say, oh, hey, I love listening to podcasts too. What's your favourite one at the moment? If you've swiped right for somebody because you have a lot of interests in common, talk about those interests. Ask questions. I know, again, there might be that fear of coming across as too eager and being cringy. You just have to move through that. Because if you just say, how are you? They'll probably say, I'm doing well, thanks. Nice sunny weather, what about you? You end up in a conversation that hits a dead end very quickly, that feels very forced. So ask questions that you want to know the answers to. And equally, look out for people that are doing the same with you. If you're messaging somebody and they're giving you short, uninteresting answers, maybe don't suggest meeting up with them. And I'd also advise that you spend some time in this chatting phase, this voice noting phase, because if you rush into a meetup with somebody, you might find yourself stuck at a coffee shop with somebody you don't really feel comfortable with. Allow yourself time to have a few back and forths over a couple of days. If you're anything like me, you're a sensitive soul. You absorb people's moods and energy. So you don't want to expose yourself to somebody who is potentially going to make you feel really bad. So don't rush into meetups. Equally, if you're a spontaneous person, if you prefer getting to know somebody in person, go for it. Just bear in mind, you might find yourself having to do quite a lot of unsuccessful meetups to find your people. There was one girl who I met up with pretty quickly. I think we only exchanged a couple of messages. And I was just in the mood for being spontaneous and going out and meeting someone new. So I kind of bit the bullet and met her before even voice noting. It's the only time I've done that. And the chemistry definitely wasn't there. We didn't mesh well. But I'm really glad I did it anyway. I got out into the nice sunny weather. I had a lovely walk to the coffee shop. I met someone new. It was different. I was spontaneous, which usually I'm not. So yeah, it wasn't a bad experience. But I did find that I was feeling quite drained quite quickly in the meetup. And you might find yourself in a situation where you've met with someone, they're not on your wavelength, you're not enjoying the conversation, and you want to go early. That is okay. You don't owe people your time. If you've agreed to meet up with them, of course you should go or cancel and let them know in advance. But you don't owe them, a 3-hour meetup. I met up with this girl for 45 minutes and I started to really feel quite drained. I felt that she was definitely sharing quite a lot about herself and not taking much of an interest in me. So I was ready to leave. And I did. I said to her, it was really lovely meeting you. I'm going to head back now. Are you okay getting home? Cool. Thank you so much for meeting me. Hugged her goodbye and left. I didn't make any excuses. I didn't say, oh, I've got to, go meet some other people now. I've got a dinner. I just let her know that I was ready to go. I actually think lying would have made me feel worse, and it isn't necessary. Part of the parcel of Bumble BFF and dating friends is there's going to be some rejection, there's going to be some mismatches. And I think we need to prepare ourselves for that. We need to prepare ourselves for rejection, because it's inevitable if we're meeting with lots of new people. You know, we're not everybody's cup of tea, just like everybody's not our cup of tea. So even though my people-pleasing tendencies definitely wanted to kick in that moment where I was like, oh, I kind of want to go now. I'm a bit tired. A big part of me thought maybe I should just stay so not to bruise her ego. But I reminded myself, look, if you're gonna meet people through the app, you can't drain yourself and make yourself sit through hours and hours of meetups with people that are just not on your wavelength. You have to be boundaried, and you have to say, look, I'm gonna head now. Thank you so much for your time though. When we're able to be honest with people and stick to what feels right for us, we not only protect ourselves and our energy and time, but other people's as well. We give people false expectations if we stay longer than we want to, and we say, let's meet up again, when we don't actually want to. Putting yourself out there to make friends is a really vulnerable thing. So be gentle with others and with yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video, my lovely. I really hope that you have a lot of fun creating your profile and connecting with people. If you do, I hope you feel a little bit more confident owning using the app, and a little less shame or embarrassment if that is something that did come up for you. I think it's cool that you want to make friends and that you're willing to put yourself out there to expand your circle and find more like-minded people. Good on you. Please do subscribe, comment down below, let me know how your experiences go. Be safe, of course, and yeah, like the video as well. And I'll see you next week with another video.